When you stop copying enlightened masters and gurus and you become aware of yourself, you will shift into living in inner peace within just few months. For the past 5 years, I've been living a quiet, peaceful life, being a coach, having my business, being a mom, and living in a metropolitan city full of noise. And I've helped other coaches and business owners to move from worrying and reacting to being calm and content all day long, without moving to Tibet, without healing, spiritual practices, or other self-improvement methods. So in this video, I'm going to share how you can quiet the mind, the ego, and start living in inner peace within just 3 or 4 months. The idea for this video came up last week when I was a guest on a podcast, and towards the end of the conversation, the host asked me to share one thing that they could take and apply into their everyday life. And that one thing is what I'm going to share with you today. And it's very simple, and it will completely change the way how you look at the journey to inner peace or the path to enlightenment. It's simple. Be where you are. And I'm going to tell you why it is so powerful and simple, and how it helped me to shift really quickly from the ego, from the mind, from the overacting, from conflict with other people and worrying, to being calm, content, and just living peaceful, fulfilled life. When we look at other people, when we look at other masters and enlightened gurus who are peaceful, who are calm, we look at them and we want that. We want that state. And what we do, we tend to copy. We copy what the gurus do. So let's say they're calm and peaceful, and they sit in a certain position or do certain asanas, or just kind of are very quiet, very calm. And we want that, and we copied that. So now you spend your days or your meditation in your meditation practice, be calm, be present, and be that. Be in that state. But after years of doing it, and after years of practices, you're still not in that state. You're worrying, you're reacting. Why is that? You're being triggered by people in your life, by family members. Why is that? Well, because that is not your way how to move into inner peace, to actually start dissolving the ego, the mind that is being triggered, that has certain belief system that keeps you in the separation. You need to start where you are now. Where you are now. And meaning that it's that means be where you are now, where you are every moment. And this requires you being fully aware. And I talked in other videos that I recorded on this channel about how awareness is the direct way to inner peace. And in order to be fully aware, you need to be where you are. So where you are is where you need to be. In my free training that you can find the link below, I mentioned the analogy of the dream, and the consciousness or this life is a play of the consciousness. It's kind of like a dream state. And who is that is dreaming? It is your dream. So it's related to your life. It's your theme of life. This is why it is so powerful to be where you are and be fully present and aware in each moment with your life, instead of looking at other people, how they got calm, how they are right now. No matter how enlightened, peaceful, respected they are, they're valid, and their path is valid, and what they did is valid. But it's not your way, it's not your path, it's not your theme. Your theme is where you are. It's always where you are. Because awareness, can awareness be somewhere where you are not? No. So that is why you need to be where you are, and you need to be fully aware. So what does it mean? It means that every moment of your life has been actually designed and created for your full awakening, we can say that, for your dissolving of the ego. And when you are fully where you are, then that is how you dissolve the ego. So every moment of your life, you are fully present and fully aware. So instead of in the morning wanting to be somewhere else, or when you have a conflict with your family member, maybe a spouse, maybe parents, maybe kids, that is the theme of your life, and that moment is needed for your awareness. It's that simple. Every moment of your day is the moment that you need for your awareness. And when you are aware of each moment and of yourself during that moment, that is how the ego dissolves. That is how the mind quiets down. Because you are not reinforcing the separation. You are not, what is separation? Well, separation is, I'm either in the past or I'm either in the future, but I'm somewhere else. I put my attention towards an object somewhere else. In this case, towards a guru or a master who achieved something that I want. I want that state. And why that master, for example, or guru appeared in your life, there's only one reason why: for you to see that that is possible. That's it. Not for you to copy their path, not for you to copy their state. That's the ego. I want that, and now I need to do this the same. But it's your consciousness, individual consciousness. It's your life. It's your theme of life. So you only take that's possible, and you become aware of what is going on in your life every minute, every moment, a moment to moment, and you become aware of yourself in each moment, fully aware and fully present. Because when you are, now the ego doesn't reinforce itself. There is no separation. So be where you are. Take it. Your life, as I said, has been designed for your awakening. Not to learn a lesson, not to do anything with it, just to be aware. Because when you're aware, everything else will come to you and the mind will dissolve. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt. The only difference is that you do not need to look for clues. This is where the ego takes all the spiritual healing and and digging subconscious triggers, looking for clues and healing my childhood trauma and all that stuff. No, you don't need to do that. You only are aware. Existence is only now. Consciousness is only now. Consciousness doesn't exist except now. Consciousness is. So every time you're somewhere else, every time you want a different state, you want to copy, you're copying different states, someone else's state, or someone else's method or path, that's ego. That's the mind. So you need to go back to now. And my now is different than your now. And your now is different than someone else's now. This is why when I work with my clients, this is why my clients are able to shift into living in a peace and dissolve and weaken the ego and the mind within just few weeks of practicing awareness and self-awareness, because there are no methods and there are no modules and there is nothing to learn. It's your life or it's their life. I work with their life because each moment of their life has been designed there for their awareness. So how can there be any modules? How can there be anything to learn? The awareness is enough. So make the awareness enough. And can you be aware of anything other than of this moment? No, you cannot. You cannot. And that is why this moment has been designed for you or your awareness. And when you stop watching this video, maybe you get up and you go do something, and then you will talk to someone. And that moment will be that moment because it will be this moment at that time. So from the moment you wake up, from the moment you open your eyes, to the moment you fall asleep, you close your eyes in the evening, every single moment is exactly as it needs to be for you to be aware. So for example, if you're angry because you had an argument with someone, why would you want to be calm? The ego wants to be calm because there is this state you want, the desired state, the desire. I want to be calm, I want to be peaceful, but you are not. And you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to be triggered, angry. So be aware of that. Dissolving the ego, the mind, and moving to living in inner peace, to quiet mind, to this spaciousness is very simple. Just stop copying other people's path, stop copying other people's state of beings, and be where you are. Be where you are, not where someone else is. Be where you are, and be as you are in each moment of your day.